them are more than pals.
Our show can be a little gay,
But if you're not,
that's okay.
you can listen and have fun either way. Xena, Star Wars, Doctor Who, guests and music and reviews. Game of Thrones, Winona too. We promise there's something for you. She nerds out. We're girls that like nerdy things. Nerdy things.
Hello and welcome to the She Nerds Out podcast. I'm Kat.
I'm Wendy, and I want to believe.
This is Tara, and I'm a little skeptical.
On today's episode, we have some nerd news. We have a mail sack. But before we get to all of that, Wendy, who is celebrating a birthday this week?
All right, June 13th. Whose celebrity birthday is it? Oh, someone that I like and someone that Tara is very jealous of. Chris Evans.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
36.
What are you kidding?
I don't know. I'm not good at this game.
No, I'm pretty sure he's like 42.
Yeah. Once again, Tara's correct.
What the fuck? Okay,
No,
Tara,
no,
this
that's
is
She
weird.
studied him.
This
No.
is weird.
No, that's because I recently
She's
looked
obsessed
when I
with
looked
his
at
white girlfriend.
their gap, and she's like 26, almost 27, I think, or 25, and he's 40. He was 41 at the
Tell
time.
the people who we're talking about.
Albert Baptista
Oh, right.
from Warrior Nun. So yes, I'm familiar with his age.
Wow. Okay. I'm just never going to be good at this game.
Yeah.
The 14th, a true American patriot, someone I know we all admire and respect.
Oh, no.
It's Donald Trump's birthday.
Oh
Next.
God.
Next.
Next.
Okay, I was totally kidding. He's reprehensible. Let's go to the 15th then. How about on the 5th? A woman that at one point I thought was one of the most stunning people to ever exist, Courtney Cox.
Love Courtney Cox.
Oh yeah.
I still think she's beautiful, but I feel like she's had things done. But I feel like she is. She's just a beautiful. Early Friends. Oh my God, just
gorgeous.
can't even. You know how? Any guesses?
52.
I'm gonna say. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm gonna say she is.
If you get this, Tara, I'm going to be so pissed.
55, 54.
59.
Oh, okay, Courtney.
Yeah, she was. I always knew she was older than me.
She's doing pretty good.
She's doing great.
Yeah.
She's doing great.
She's a fun follow on Insta too. She always has
Yeah,
really fun
yeah.
stuff.
She did some fun videos the other day with Laura Dern, who was flipping awesome in her own right. Yeah. Oh, okay. We'll do one more on the 18th because this man is. You want to say iconic about things. You want to say legend about some things. In the music world, this man is as iconic and legendary as it gets. Paul McCartney.
Oh, yeah.
Without question.
83.
Tara.
79.
I think it's 81.
Okay.
He was born in 1942.
Okay.
Okay.
No, yeah. Okay.
He's a year younger than my mom. And my
Well, he's
mom
doing
is
pretty well.
82.
Tara and I
Also
saw
like
him
81.
years ago at American Airlines Center in the very
fun.
top of the top row, which
Yeah,
is very
very top.
scary because it's very tall.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm glad I can just say I saw a music legend, at least,
Mhm.
you know,
That's
him.
awesome.
And I've seen several music legends, but yeah,
That's awesome.
He is definitely a legend.
Nice job.
Those are my celebrity birthdays.
Those are good ones.
Tonight of this recording, the night we're recording this, is it nerd news? I mean, I guess kind of, because one of the
Yeah.
people was in Killing Eve and the other one is just awesome.
Yeah.
It's the Tonys. And normally I'm like, whatever. I don't see a lot of Broadway, obviously. I'm not big into the theater. I'm not classy enough. But tonight there is a battle royale going on for Best Actress. And it is between Jodie Comer and Jessica Chastain,
Oh, boy.
both of who I love. And I feel like just from what I've read, it's kind of like it could go either way. And I haven't seen Jessica Chastain. I've always liked her since what's it? I forget the name of the movie.
Zero Dark 30?
No, before that. Something Life.
Oh.
Is it Malik? Anyway, I'll look it up. I forgot. I was thinking about it earlier. But I have not seen her in a film, but I have seen or in the
play.
theater,
In
but
the
I
theater,
have
yeah.
seen Jodie Comer in the film presentation of her play. And I don't know how you beat that.
Right.
I mean,
I've heard it's
the whole
de
thing,
force.
it was without like just the amount of just constant, like it's all her and it's constant. And there's like this rhythm to her delivery. And it's Tree of Life, by the way, is the Jessica Chastain movie. But anyway, I mean, but from what I've heard, that Jessica Chastain's is more like something like she's in it's called a Doll's House, and she's like in a chair a lot. It's more like still but intense. I don't know.
Okay.
I haven't seen it. I mean, Jodie Comer was so ridiculously amazing in her one woman play that I'll be happy for both. I like both, but I'm invested in seeing how that goes down.
Yeah.
In the Tonys. And that's the only category I know anything about. And those are the only 2 nominees I know anything about. But it's a good battle between 2 people I really like. So I hope it's a tie. I'm
thinking,
hoping for a tie.
I'm thinking Jodie takes it.
I do, but Jessica, I mean, there's so many, I don't know who votes on the Tonys, but there's so many crossover film theater people that, I mean, Jessica Chastain's been around a long time and people really like her, I guess.
Sure.
But Jodie Comer, it's hard to argue with what she did. So I just don't know. I'll be watching for that reason alone.
Awesome.
Unless I'm watching something else tonight, which we'll get to later.
Oh. All right.
We'll see.
All right.
Maybe I'll do both.
Boy. Okay. All right.
What's next?
I don't know what this thing is. Star Wars Outlaws game trailer.
Oh, well, I added that.
Yeah.
Because a trailer came out today for a new Star Wars video game due in 2024. But here's the thing. It has a female lead. So
yeah,
I have not read any comments because I don't want to read all the fanboys not wanting to play with a girl character.
Exactly.
But it looks pretty cool, and it looks like the type of game. Her name is Kay Vess.
Okay.
She's like an outlaw or something, and it looks really cool. And it's an open world game, which I looked up because I have no idea what that is.
Oh.
But I guess apparently there's not.
You sounded like you did.
It's open world.
It's like, oh, Wendy, have you been gaming? I didn't know.
Well, I do play games. I like them. I was gonna get the new Jedi Survivor, whatever that is, game, but it's my system is too old for it. It's not coming out on that. But this one, I guess open world game cat is where there's not like a through story where you have to go from this to this to this, and it kind of guides you. You just like go wherever you want and do things. Is that true?
So my favorite open world game is Red Dead Redemption. It's a Western game, and there is a through line. There's like, okay, now go and do this, but you can be like, cool, I'm gonna go and do this first, and go like run around and go hunting for bear, or go like shoot up a saloon because you're bored if you play the game for a couple hours and you just want to kill somebody. So that's cool. So that means like you can go it's an open map, so you go anywhere you want, and there's something there to look at or find and do whatever. Or you can go and do the through narrative of the thing. That's gonna be cool. I think I'm gonna have to get that game.
I think I'm gonna upgrade for that, assuming it gets good reviews. But the trailer just came out today. I guess there's gonna be some gameplay released tomorrow. But
is this PlayStation? Is it like PS5 or something?
I don't know. I would hope it would come out on everything, but I guess they don't always do that. But I haven't really looked up like where it's coming out or any of that. I just saw the trailer and got excited. Yeah. So you got till 2024. I'm just saying it looks really good, and it's a lady. It's a lady leading the way.
The one of the Battlefronts, the Star Wars Battlefronts, was also a lady. You started as a lady.
I have played that one.
Well, yeah,
I'm playing that right now. You're
an Imperial pilot, and then don't you you kind of
Poppy? It was Poppy from L-Word.
Oh, there you go.
Which I can't think of her name right now, but she's very sweet. She's a very nice person. I met her at
the voice is Poppy from the L-Word.
Yeah, and it's the character kind of looks like her.
You don't play as Poppy.
You don't play as Poppy.
No, you don't play as Poppy.
That'll be interesting.
But
you unlock Poppy as an extra. Like you can play her. Yeah, exactly. You get Poppy skin.
Who
that would be
full disclosure, Janina Gavankar, who's Lori knows, and I met her at ClexCon. Very sweet. I like her now. Like I've seen her in other things. She's very funny. She's a very fun person. Awesome. But I did not like Poppy. But that you play, and the character looks like her in this game. And I have recently tried to pick it back up and play it again, and could not get through the level. And I think I got a little nauseous because of all the movement, because my stomach didn't feel good after.
Which level?
I don't know. It was further on where like I'm trying to.
Later.
It's down the line, and you're trying to get somewhere inside, like maybe a crashed ship. I don't remember what it is, but I just keep getting killed.
Yeah.
You got nauseous from it?
Yeah, because it's just like the motion sickness kind of thing. Because there's a lot of moving around, and you're like spinning around trying to shoot everybody that's trying to shoot you, and then it's like, oh, you've died again. And it's just, I forget what I ate that day. I think that didn't help, but you know. So I went back to my Star Wars Lego. It's my speed.
Oh,
and I have the game on the absolute simplest level, and I still keep dying. So I'll pick it up again someday. Anywho.
All right. Well, we'll talk about that in 2024.
We'll pick that. Put a pin in that till later.
Circle back.
We'll get a Twitch channel, guys. We'll do some twitching.
Oh, man,
people can watch us play.
We got a lot to do before we get on Twitch. A lot to catch up on. I think we owe people some shirts.
It's on the list.
I think we owe people some Instagram photos, Twitter photos.
By the way, you need to send me a picture of your pop yourself so I can post those too.
Oh yeah, my pop.
Sorry?
My pop. My Funko Pop.
Right. That makes more sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I did something fun this weekend. This is Tara. It was without the two of you because neither of you wanted to go.
Correct.
I went to Dyke Day, which is an LA Pride event here in Los Angeles, where we live.
It's a tradition.
Where we live.
And it was really fun. And
it looked crowded.
I've been before. Yes, Wendy. Yes, Wendy. It was crowded.
It's very crowded.
It is a place. It's basically a large picnic where many, it's for lesbians, but it's for all queers. It's very inclusive.
All
are welcome. Everybody was there. Thousands of people. It was huge. It was way bigger. I went before. It's 15th year.
Mm-hmm.
And I went a while ago. Maybe like last time was like 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And it was big. It used to be at Elysian Park over by Dodger Stadium, and now it's at a different park, which is can hold more people. And it was much bigger. And now they have like a stage. Now they have like 2 DJs going plus a stage. Now they've got like more community tables. It was just huge. So it was really cool. And it was just really very friendly. You're just sitting and everybody kind of like talks to each other, just kind of walk around. And my favorite part was the puppy parade. Last time that I went, I took my dog Ro, and we walked in the puppy parade. And back then, the puppy parade, they were like, okay, for the puppy parade, everybody walk your dog in a big circle. We did literally just like everyone gather around and you walk your dog in a big circle. And for like 15 minutes.
Still fun.
It was still fun. And everyone was like cheering. It was really fun.
Can't beat it.
But now you go to the stage and everyone like crowds in. It's like you're at a like Coachella, And they're like, go sign up if you want to be in the puppy parade. And they have this lady was like so great as the MC. She's like, all right. She's like calling out. She's like, now we have Lauren and Honeybee. Come on up.
Aww.
She's like, Charlie and Murphy Brown. It was like a chocolate lab, and then like they'd come through and you got to walk across the stage and you're with your dog and everyone was like freaking out. The crowd was like going wild.
Yeah.
Like freaking, Britney Spears was on stage. And so the lesbians are like losing their shit over these dogs.
Love the puppy parade.
Great. So it was so much fun. And like whenever anyone would go by and like hold their dog up in the air, people were like, just going wild. It was so much fun.
As you do.
I'm guessing you and Charlie were in the puppy parade.
No, I didn't bring Charlie because Charlie still has some practicing to do with which he's around other doggies, and there were so many dogs, which I knew going in that would be the case. So
I gotcha. Okay.
It's not just like you come across dogs; it is like an endless sea of dogs.
Got it.
Because it's very dog friendly event.
Well, yeah. bunch of lesbians with dogs. So.
Yeah, to
course.
avoid that. But I felt terrible because she would have had so much fun because otherwise you're just chilling and you're
Yeah, hanging out.
it's like the perfect event otherwise for a dog. So
That's great.
yeah,
Was this a free event?
totally free.
See, I like that. That
Totally
I
free.
can 100% get behind.
Yep.
Not-
They have food trucks there. Yeah, you just show up at the park. It's from like 12 to 6, but people show up early. I mean, people show up, really early. And people like next to us had like a whole blanket. They brought like inflatable couches and a like actual wood table to
Amazing.
eat on. And
Serious.
like, yeah,
This is
like serious. They they really planned for this day. And yeah, it was really fun.
That's really cool. The last time I went, it was not this organized at all.
Yeah, I mean,
It was like, does the march start is the Dyke March? Is that at all connected?
No, they're separate. The Dyke March is on a different day.
Got it.
So,
Okay.
Yeah, that's a different. That happened already, I think,
Got it. Okay.
like last
Interesting.
week. Yeah.
Mhm,
So this is. I mean, parking was a bitch.
I was about to ask.
Sure, yeah.
I saw people
I
out
parked.
saying that they
Yes.
wanted to go but could not park.
Oh
Yes.
God.
I dropped the stuff off, and then I parked 0.7 miles away.
Yeah.
Walked back. So it was far, but
That is not
people
close.
were saying they'd parked like over a mile away and then Ubered there.
My
But-
God.
and that new,
Whoa.
like when it was at Griffith Park or like Elysian Park,
Yeah.
there was like a lot more because it's near Griffith Park. There was like a lot more
Ton of
parking.
Yeah.
And there, like you have the 110 freeway on one side of it, literally. So
Sure.
there's no parking on one side, and the other side's Figueroa Boulevard. Now I sound like the Californians because
I
like
love
I'm
it.
describing things because no one else will know. But there's like very few side streets, and
Yeah.
you have to go so far away to even find a side
kinda
street.
Stuck.
Yeah.
You're
So
kinda stuck.
it, a lot of people there was like a flood of lesbians coming from the Highland Park metro station. And
Wow. The
yeah,
Highland Park lesbians descended upon the park.
but it was a lot of fun. It was cool.
That's awesome. Nice
You guys
job.
missed out. So
I know it. Boy, do I know it. But I will
drank
say,
wine from a box.
Good picnic
classy.
idea.
so you can drink. So alcohol is, I mean,
Probably
I'm sure,
encouraged.
I'm sure you can't
No.
Oh.
It's not their-
show it off. You got to be
It's not
cool
quote
about
allowed. It's not
Got
quote
it.
allowed, but they don't sell it there.
it. Right.
You have to
But
bring your own.
people had it.
Oh, of
drink it-
course.
drink
People
your
were
own
like
risk.
drinking beers, not covering the beer can,
Got it.
But there are like security officers around. You have to like be discreet.
You gotta hide it.
Pretend to care. Like
Yeah.
pretend to not be obvious. Okay.
Yeah. But
Gotcha.
I will just have a mini rant here. That sounds
Uh-oh.
great. I love that it was free. Now there are 2 Pride events in our area. There's the West Hollywood Pride and LA Pride. LA Pride used to be in West Hollywood. They split a couple years ago, so now there's 2 separate events. I don't know if you guys knew that. 2 separate
I
weekends.
didn't.
Yeah, so last weekend was WeHo. This weekend was LA. The tickets to get into the LA Pride Festival, over $150 for
Oh
a-
my gosh.
for a day.
No.
Oh yes. How do they expect? If you're a young kid, maybe it's your first Pride event. How are you spending that much money on one day at the festival? It's kind
What
of
do you get?
disgusting. You get
Is it
into
like-
the fucking festival.
What is the festival? So like performances? Okay, which one did Mariah Carey and Idina Menzel perform at? The
I
West
think that
Hollywood
was
one?
West Hollywood, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
What is
get-
LA even doing?
You get, it's the same old shit. It's there's some performers, there's vendors. You can spend way too much money on food and booze. It's not cheap. Like $20
No.
for a beer. It's probably like can't get any food for less than 15 to $20. It's a
That's
bit,
insane.
it's a bit much. It's like, hey, let's pull back, guys. Let's maybe
Yeah.
not make it this sort. Basically, you're making it an elite event. Like, how can people
Right.
afford to go and celebrate Pride?
The festival part, that's not even the most fun part of Pride for me. It's usually like going out to the stuff around Pride, the
Sure.
festival itself, or just some
Yeah.
of the specific events like that, rather
Yeah.
than the quote the fenced in part of the
Exactly. And that's what we're talking about. So yeah, you can go to the Pride Parade. That's free. Thank God. I'm sure they'll find a way to charge for it eventually. But no, it's very disheartening to see how much they're charging people to go and enjoy the Pride Festival. Shame on you, Pride. Shame on you, LA Pride.
No, I will say we have a trolley of NBC employees in the parade today.
That's cool.
They're Lynette Romero is one of our anchors who will be there.
Nice.
And I guess there's a trolley. And I think she was saying something about she hopes she can get off the trolley and like walk around.
Aw.
Like, I don't know.
That's
And
awesome.
and then we were doing a live, not on air, but Fast Channel, which is sweeping the nation apparently, coverage of the parade today. So if you know where to find Fast Channel, you could have looked it up.
Nice.
I work there. I'm not really sure where it is, but apparently it's ruling the world now. So
amazing! Congratulations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like basically for things like we don't feel like we could interrupt actual programming for this, but we'll put it on Fast Channel. They like to put everything on Fast Channel.
Good to know.
So, are we ready for some mail?
Let's do it.
All right, I've got the first mail from Shelby titled "Everything Hurts." And after reading why Shelby is saying this, I understand. It says, I'm a week late in sending this. My bad. Morning nerds. It's been 24 hours since I ran my first 5K and I can't move. I am so sore and everything hurts. The beginning of the course was cool because since Lodge Cast Iron is the main sponsor, we got to run through the factory to start the race.
Oh,
Ooh, that's very cool, which was awesome, but very deceiving because it felt like a never-ending hallway. I was a bit nervous about running my first race that a couple of friends ran with me, which was nice, but I'm never running with them again.
Oh, no.
One of them just ran the Boston Marathon in under 3 hours.
Oh, no.
And the other is training for the Ironman competition that's coming to town in a
no.
couple of weeks. Yeah, I got to say that was
your first mistake.
Yeah, there you go. Needless to say, they pushed me to keep going and not give up. And my competitive side wanted to keep up with top tier athletes. My legs were screaming for me to stop, but I kept repeating in my head, shut up, you're fine.
Aw.
And apparently the course is one of the toughest 5K courses in the South. So not a good choice for me to run my first 5K in. But because they kept pushing me and encouraging me during the whole race, I ran it in 27 minutes and 18 seconds.
They kept bullying me.
That's amazing. Even my fastest 5K ever was still like over 2 minutes longer than that. When I crossed that finish line, I collapsed and thought I was going to die. I couldn't feel my legs and thought my heart was going to explode.
Oh, no.
But I did it. Do I regret it? Absolutely. My legs have never been this sore before. Will I do it again? Ask me when I can actually move.
Fair.
After the race, we had the awards ceremony. Every runner walker got a shirt, but only the top 3 in every age group got a trophy. It wasn't a piece of cornbread dipped in metal or corn husk and cornbread on the metal. It was a tiny Lodge skillet with the metal in the skillet. Picture. I didn't place in the top 3. Excuse me, a cat's blocking the screen.
Unbelievable.
But I got a picture of the awards to show you all.
Cool.
Once the ceremony was over, I got to enjoy the festival, which is huge. Downtown South Pittsburgh's historic Main Street is the heart of the festival, which spans 4 blocks long and then another 2 blocks on both sides of Main Street. Every store decorates their window for the festival. There are food vendors, craft vendors, carnival games, and rides, and a stage for local bands to play. Since I was a runner, I got into Cornbread Alley for free. Tara, it's kind of like Diagon Alley, but so much better. They give you a plate and you get 9 different samples of cornbread.
Hell yeah.
All of them were really good, but my favorite one was lemon squeeze cornbread.
Yum.
Second favorite was either Grandpa's Garden Hush Puppies
Hell yeah.
or Big Apple Bash cornbread.
Yum.
They also gave us recipes for all 9 samples, so I'll try to make them one day.
Amazing.
They also opened up the factory for people to tour. I got to see how Lodge makes their cast iron skillets.
Sweet.
The production line was shut down for safety protocol, which is a bummer. But they had video monitors showing how they melt, mold, season, dry, and package the skillets.
That's cool.
It was fascinating. This festival is absolutely incredible. The race, not so much, but definitely a fun day. Maybe the Cornbread Festival would make a great stop on the SNOP World Tour.
Hell yeah.
Of course. And as promised, here's the pictures from the festival. A post-race picture doesn't exist because I was dying, but I provided accurate representation of what I looked like after the race.
That's
Enjoy. So, as
Yay.
typical, there's before the race, which from past experience, yeah, you look
Looking
very
good.
motivated and
Shelby
excited.
is like,
Happy,
Post-race,
smile,
excited.
exactly,
peace sign,
just
like
dead on
ready,
the ground.
woo. Yeah.
Lots of pictures. Cornbread Alley looks amazing.
She used to meet like in Nicole for after sparring and
With
Yes.
Winona.
Yeah.
She's flat out on her back, now looking good. How I felt
Ooh.
after the race.
Shelby also included pictures of the
that's great.
recipes for cornbread.
This trophy is so cool. Let's just say that.
It's super cute.
The metal like in the skillet is super cute. I would love to have
adorable.
that.
I wonder
But
what
I
kind
never
of-
will because I'll never place high enough to get that
No,
trophy.
no. That is fast 5K. And let me say, Shelby, don't run it with those friends anymore. Because here's what you can do. You don't even have to really run the whole thing. You can run and you can walk a little bit like I do. I used to run it full out. And then, like I said, my best time was like right under 30 minutes.
That's really good.
That's
though, Wendy.
exhausting, but that's amazing. That's Tara and I did that. It was like a LA 5K that I was out here for. And I remember there was a big downhill and I remember just feeling miserable at the end, but yet I cracked 30.
Nice job.
But yeah, that's the thing. Don't run with people who run marathons and Ironmans because that's not good. And then there's a lot of more great pictures. Oh my gosh, from the festival. There's like little tractors, like a little tractor
really
display.
cute.
Yeah. Thanks for these
Everything
recipes.
Those hush puppies look good.
They got fried cookie dough, fried Oreos, and fried Snickers at a booth. A blooming onion, turkey legs, Philly cheesesteak. Oh my gosh, crawfish bowl, boy.
I love how the accent's coming out in Wendy.
Of course. And there's the factory. That's pretty cool. That is quite a factory.
This is a huge festival.
Yeah. Just let y'all run through the
funnel
factory.
cake.
No safety.
I want to see.
I guess
if this
maybe
is...
the safety protocols were that people were running through the factory. Maybe that was the safety protocol. I don't know.
Just keep moving. Just keep moving.
Yeah. They can't be making hot cast iron skillets while people are running through the factory.
Yeah, probably not a good idea.
I'm looking up now because I have a cast iron skillet and I want to see if it's from that factory.
Yeah. The fact that you can run through it a significant way and it, through as for 5K, that's pretty big.
It's enormous.
Oh.
Looking at these photos, I can smell this festival. You can just smell it. And it smells wonderful.
By the way, I have a cast iron skillet from that factory.
Hey,
you do?
That is where I got it to make chicken fried steak with. And
nice.
They might be
because the recipes all said that was the best thing to use, and I just looked it up. That's where I got it. They're like apparently the best cast iron skillet maker.
That's so cool.
So that's cool. I can see where my skillet was born.
Big cast iron.
That's right.
Nice.
Monopoly.
Nice.
Very,
All right.
very cool. Well done, Shelby.
Well, I've got one from Sherry. Sherry says, "Welcome back, ladies. I was listening to the pod on my drive to work, as I do, and I almost pulled to the side of the road to Google the Emma Watson picture you all were losing your shit over. Managed to wait until I was safely in the parking lot. The one in the vest sitting on the picnic table was clearly the best one. On a news note, was wondering if you heard what David Hayter, the writer-producer of Warrior Nun, said in a Zoom interview he did with the Warrior Nun fan event last Saturday. And Sherry attached a clip. I'm not surprised that Netflix refused to renew or promote the show after hearing this. So we listened to the clip, and David was describing how basically they had written the script to describe basically Ava and Beatrice sort of looking at each other, having more of a friendship relationship, but there being like a understanding as they were filming it, so that Netflix thought that they were filming it in a friendship way, but understanding it while they were filming it, that it would be in a romantic way. But when Netflix read the scripts and approved the scripts, that it said everything was written in a friendship way. Yes. But when they actually got to filming, so the end product was something different. So thinking that would have played a role in not getting renewed. So that's very interesting.
I mean, I guess once they saw those cuts, like this, when you send a cut of your episode to the studio for notes and approval and stuff, I mean, maybe they just didn't do the notes. They're like, yeah, no, we're not taking those notes. We're keeping them more than friends. I wonder how that went.
Well, not
I
so well,
mean-
apparently. I don't know.
Did he say he thinks that may be a reason?
I don't know. I didn't watch the whole thing. I just watched that clip. So yeah, it's just some speculation as to
Interesting.
could have
Well, where else
contributed to that.
did I see something come out that I guess supposedly was like the Netflix business, like what they like, hey, here's this show. We're going to pay you this much for the season 1, this much season 2, and this, and you like keep getting all this money. So you sign, you're like, wow, we get to season 5, I'm making all this money. And they're like, yeah,
Right.
we're probably never going to let you get to season 5.
Exactly.
And so they promise more payment, I guess, to showrunners or whatever as the seasons progress, knowing,
sure.
I guess, unless it's some ginormous hit that they're raking in the money from, they're like, yeah, you're never going to get
like
to that
Stranger
much.
Things or something. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
you got to be that 1 in a million that hits big. Otherwise, you're not getting past season 2.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. There's just not big enough return. All right. So Sherry says, glad you're back. We're glad too. Thank you, Sherry.
Thank you, Sherry. Okay, guys, I have an email from Anonymous Beer Buyer 2. The title of this email is Guardians 3. And they say, you can add me to the list of people who sobbed during this movie. I had seen teasers from the casts warning us that tissues would be needed, but I went in expecting Guardians to die. I was not prepared for Rocket's backstory, and I did not have enough tissues. I wanted to avoid spoilers, so I saw the first viewing available to me, and that happened to be the same day that you guys posted your bonus mail sack from the break. I saved the episode to listen to after Guardians, thinking that it would cheer me up if the movie was sad. Oh, no. That plan mostly worked, but then you spent an inordinate amount of time talking about how one day you would record your last... Oh, no!
It's not happening anytime soon. I was just in a contemplative mood.
One day.
I was just trying to revel the moment of now not being that time.
You would record your last episode, and it turns out that I'm going to need a trigger warning when you do decide to break up the thruple.
We're never going to break up the
It's
throuple.
not
We're going to
gonna
go on
break
forever.
up. The thruple's never going to be broken up.
We're going to be 80 doing this.
That's right.
Talking about Star Wars 16, 17, and 18.
And the terrible
Rey
Indiana
is an
Jones
old-
reboot.
Exactly.
With Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt. Exactly.
Oh, God.
Or Phoebe Waller-Bridge. I'd do that.
Oh, see, that's fine. Abby says, one more cheerful note. Have you guys heard that the people who made Cocaine Bear have a new movie coming out? It's called Bottoms, and it's a lesbian nerd fight club movie. That looks
so excited.
It sounds fucking cool. Maybe if you guys can coordinate schedules, SNOP Team 3 could see it together and give us all a review. Thanks, Abby, a.k.a. Anonymous Beer Buyer 2. Is there a trailer for Bottoms?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's the first
There
I've heard
is.
of
I'm
it.
looking at it right now.
Really? What?
It looks like I think
Bottoms
this is
movie.
It does
I
that
think
mean-
this is it.
Is Elizabeth, what's her name, involved?
What's her name?
It's
Yeah,
2023,
Elizabeth-
like it's coming out soon?
Yeah.
I guess.
August
What?
6th, I think it said.
Wow. Ruby
From the
Cruz.
producers of Pitch
Ruby
Perfect.
Cruz.
Cruz, Kaya
From
Jordan Gerber,
Willow.
Rachel Sennott.
I'm watching it without
Havana
sound, but there's subtitles.
Zu.
It's like a high school movie.
Okay.
I do like
Okay.
Ruby Cruz.
Emma. It's directed by Emma Seligman, co-written by Rachel Sennott, who also stars. I don't see Elizabeth involved, but maybe it's the same producers. Same
I think
studio.
it said something about producers from Pitch Perfect. I'm trying to find that little frame.
Yeah, from
again.
Pitch Perfect and Cocaine
Yeah.
Bear. Hey, it has 24 reviews already on Rotten Tomatoes, and it's at 96%.
Okay, so how do we
There you
watch
go.
it?
In
I don't
theaters.
know.
It's coming to theaters. I think it said the beginning theaters August 6th.
Watch.
So,
Watch.
all right.
movie.
Okay, produced by Elizabeth Banks. Good
There
for
you
her.
go. Okay.
Awesome.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I feel like maybe this will be on our list.
Good. There's a lot of
Oh,
top
August
credits.
25th. August 25th.
Oh, all right.
In select theaters.
Fun.
Okay. Awesome.
There you
That's
go.
exciting.
Very good. Well done. Hey, thanks, Abby. Thanks for the heads up. We have obviously had no idea anything about it.
Now we do. We rely on our listeners to tell us things
We
we
really
don't
do.
know. We do.
Really do.
All right, got an email from Heather saying, in with gin. Welcome back, nerds. I'm so glad you enjoyed your time away and you haven't missed a beat upon your return. I'm honored that my email inspired the title of your latest podcast, Emma Watson. I had no idea Tara would be so overcome with the vapors from these scintillating photos from the Financial Times UK article. Leave it to the Brits to make finances alluring. I thought that the photo of Emma in the vest and cargo pants would have made a fantastic label for the bottle. I did check out the real label and bottle, and they are kind of disappointing. In my opinion, it was a missed opportunity by the marketing department. Interestingly, though, the gin is spelled Renais, but it's pronounced Renee. And you all know how important it is to have a plucky sidekick named Renee. I hope the official SNOP statistician counts how many times Tara said, "Oh my God," in that episode. It may be a good trivia question and answer for the future. Enjoy the week, Heather.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Yes,
that
Heather.
was
Thank you again, Heather. That was incredible. What
Yeah.
a great bit of content you provided us.
Mm-hmm. It's great. I have a great magazine cover photo that I can keep with me forever. That was photoshopped together. That was me and Charlie and Emma. Like a very lovely couple.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
You know, we have some friends going over to the UK for Herb Fusion Expo or whatever they're calling it. Might have some people bring back some gin.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That
Try
might
to bring back Emma too, if you can.
That's definitely not a carry-on situation. Okay, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what they can do about that.
Fix them up. Okay. I got one from Hildy. Hildy says, there's no subject here, by the way, so it's a mystery.
Oh,
Hildy says, hey, welcome back and happy Pride Month. You've been missed, but your break was well earned. About Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I cried so much. Silent tears throughout the whole movie. But I think it was a good movie. It made us think about animal cruelty, and people sometimes need a wake-up call. Why not through a summer blockbuster? It hurts and it was tough to watch, but it makes a point. But I think there should be a warning in the beginning or in the trailer because there are so many people who feel this way and that this movie is painful to watch. On a more joyful note, I wonder how many oh my gods Tara said in the last episode, because I felt like it was a lot when you guys started talking about Emma Watson's gin launching. So
interesting.
second time, we're going to have to count those. Right. Again, it's good to have you back. Keep on nerding and I will be listening, Hildy. And again, Hildy sent
Hildy.
an assault on the eyes
The
of
assault
looks
continues.
like
beauty.
Yeah, it looks like, I don't know if this again is another view from her backyard, but
Probably.
it looks like this is from maybe a hike, double rainbow from a waterfall.
Double rainbow all the way.
It's a beautiful, picturesque, some cliffs, river, waterfall,
Just
double
gorgeous.
rainbow.
Some snow,
Raging
some snow on
waterfall.
those mountains in the back there.
Wow. Looks like the rainbow on our logo.
My soul
guys.
needs a trip to a place like this. Really.
Yes.
Honestly.
Yes. So
Ridiculous.
nice.
Honestly.
So
Oy.
nice. Lovely. Thank you, Hildy.
Thanks,
Thanks
Hildy.
for rubbing in your beautiful scenery again, Hildy. We do appreciate it. I'm living through you.
Oh. All right, guys. We have an email from AK, and I'm going to read it.
Ooh, good luck.
Thank you. Okay, are you guys ready?
Ready?
I'm ready. The title of the email is Welcome Back. AK writes, My lieges, overlords of SNOP, SNOP kings, you're back. We missed you. And what a return. I love SNOP kings. That's kind of cool.
Mhm.
Emma Watson in a tree? Oh my. Swoon. Rants left and right and center? This was classic SNOP. Well, where to start? Welcome, Sir Shay. Whence do you hail? And what weapon wield? Was the emoji indicate what?
Do you need
You got this. You got this, cat.
Was the emoji indicative?
Boom.
Nailed it. Twin swords a la Camilla? Hecht? Take your seat at the table, for you have truly snopped a lot. That tickles me. Congratulations on joining our ranks. You have the honor of bringing us into double figures of knights.
Wow.
The army builds, everybody. The tapping on the shoulders that confers knighthood is called dubbing, my lieges.
Right.
As in, I dub thee Sir Beck of Taz, Knight of Snoplot, sort of thing. Historically speaking, any knight or lord could raise a squire to knighthood when they had earned it on the field. But in more recent times, only the head of state or their official representative can confer the honor. I mean, I'm fairly sure from what I heard in the episode of the SNOP last year, I saw in an artwork from the official SNOP cartoonist, my liege, has a sword that would be very much fit the purpose, which is true.
Yes, yes.
We
My
do have
Xena
that.
replica sword. Yeah.
Speaking of the little artist, oh, good Lord, Sir Max's email, no comment. And hail Sir Nancy of Vermont. Well met. Existential Mobius strip. I love it. So we are saying that if the SNOP were an item of clothing, it would be a nice, warm, snuggly, crazy patterned infinity scarf. The SNOPum theory of everything sounds entirely legit. I look forward to hearing the metric shit ton of conclusive proofs that are certain to follow your extensive research. I commend your commitment to science. Okay, here we go. One last order of business, a nightly query. I believe Sir Liz in L.A. and Sir Jackie both have yet to declare their choice of ceremonial weapon. Perhaps they could enlighten us on that score. Now, as it happens, you can buy Xena episodes on Amazon, over here at least, and there may potentially be some plans afoot, a little scheming, if you will. Watch this space. That is interesting. Man, I'm intrigued.
That is the message board on the show. Is that the space?
So,
Okay.
we will watch this space. Great to have you back in our ear holes / trousers / pants.
Trousers.
Whatever you say. Great to be back in your dusty old sack. Sir AK, your snot friends doing some really extracurricular things together, huh? Oh, Captain? OAK. Well done. Great email. Difficult email at times, but
You made it.
You did well. You
Thank
did well.
Thank you.
Oh, stab cat.
Yeah, we gotta know what Sir Liz in LA and Sir Jackie's weapons are. So let us know what that is. And we're in double digits.
Choose your weapon.
Of knights. That's exciting.
Chobos. Someone has to pick the chobos.
Oh yeah. I don't think we have chobos yet.
We need chobos.
AK, maybe you
More-
need the chobos.
More chobos.
Chobos. I don't think AK's gotten to chobos yet. Or have they?
I
I
don't
can't
know.
remember where that falls after Day in
Oh
the Life.
Wow.
yeah, yeah.
It's
that's-
after Day in the Life, right?
No, that's season
Or was it
1.
before?
I thought that was season 1.
Yeah, centaurs.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
what is
So
it?
we've already
The-
passed the chobos.
harlots, hooves, and centaurs or something.
That's right.
Harlots, hooves, and
Hooves and harlots.
hooves and yeah, that one.
Either way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chobos.
Chobos. I think it's time for some nerd news.
Nerd news.
Nerd news, nerd news. I repeat, we have breaking nerd news.
Very well done.
Who wants? Thank you. Who wants to start this one? I feel like we all have a thing or two to say.
I would say I know less about this than upcoming stories.
Okay. Well, I mean, we could say that we were planning on going to
Okay.
this Dodger game, right? This
Yeah.
was the thing that we had planned before all this shit hit the fan.
Yeah. So a while back, I had reached out to the group. Last year, we went to a Dodger game that's during LA Pride, another not free event. That's a Dodger game that you go and
It's
you
a
get
baseball
a fun
game.
baseball
Yeah.
game. But you
That
get
makes
like
sense.
a fun, gay themed item, and you get lots of other gays
think-
there.
Didn't we
Yeah.
wait in line for about an hour for the special
Yeah,
Hey,
I mean,
shirt.
beer
Probably.
glasses?
it was all right, but it was like a T-shirt. So this year I sent out a call to everybody and was like, "Hey, y'all want to go to this game again?" And got a good group together. So there's about 8 of us that are going to this game because this year we get a really cool jersey, a Dodgers jersey, but the LA on the front is like the rainbow and all, the full so that's exciting.
Very.
So I was really excited about that. So we're coming up, we're about a month out. So we planned this really early because like the tickets were like going, and we were like a group of 8. We got to like get our shit together. Everyone's very excited and everything's going fine. Everything's
great.
fine.
It's gonna be awesome. What could go wrong?
And then, what could go wrong? Like Pride has happened at Dodger games before. Everything's fine.
10 years. This is the 10th
Yeah.
year.
10th year, they partner with LA Pride.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, the Dodgers put out this note that's like, We've been getting some, some comments that one of the people we intended on honoring this year, the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence, has, some people find offensive. So we will no longer be honoring them. Basically, we're uninviting them to be honored at the game. They're going to be receiving an award along with other
It's like community
groups.
hero award or
Yeah,
something. for
yeah,
all the
like
work
other
that
like
they
nonprofit
do.
groups, right?
Yeah.
They weren't going to be performing. They're just going to be like receiving an award for their contribution to the community.
Right, which is great.
Yeah.
And
And there was, this all was prompted by, I think originally a tweet that went out. Was it Marco Rubio?
Yeah,
Marco Rubio
that's the guy.
from Florida, mind you. Said, what a disgrace. The Dodgers are honoring this group. It's a drag queen group that dresses as nuns, very unorthodox nuns, very,
Sure.
in bright, they're not in traditional nun in no way. It's very,
No.
what is the word? Campy, very campy.
It is.
And it's, meant to be that way. So what a disgrace. The Dodgers are honoring this
Basically
group.
calling them a hate group. Because
Yeah,
they're,
hate
like,
group. That is
anti-Catholic.
And, called them a hate group. And so the Dodgers uninvited them.
These idiots.
without any discussion with them or any discussion with LA Pride.
No, they caved so quickly.
Yeah. And so it became a huge thing. So like the ACLU chimed in and was like, whoa. LA Pride chimed in and said, no, we're going to pull out.
So to speak.
And yeah, we're pulling
So basically it was not going to be an official Pride event anymore. It's like you're on your fucking own. Like, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. GLAAD also put out a statement. And they said this organization has been serving the community for how long is it? Like 30 years. They started
Decades.
in San Francisco.
Late
they have
70s.
chapters throughout the country.
All over the world.
And all over the world. And so, they're not at all. They're the opposite of a hate group. They're basically, they did this without knowing anything really about the situation or trying to understand what this group actually does. So it was a big mess. And then people started saying, well, we're not going to go to your game, or we want a refund, and we're not, So the Dodgers had to take a pause. And it was a huge mess.
Oh, man.
And they had to do some reflection. Do some learning, some educating. People were very upset, rightfully, and saying,
included.
Basically saying, why are you caving to these idiots? And the hateful things that were coming out of people because of this from these conservative groups, people, I'm just going to say non-Christian-like things that, it went beyond, I feel like you're disrespecting my religion. It went beyond that kind of statement. It was way beyond that, into like, I had to go through, I was to the point, I was like reporting tweets for hate speech, I'm like, I'm not even, no, this is like too far. It's one thing if you feel offended, but it's another thing if you're posting a gay flag turned into like a swastika or something crazy, like it was like just insane.
Gross stuff.
Yeah. It was like, okay, this isn't, no. So it was just like, it got to be really dark. And it was just very divisive. And kind of, and it was scary. And it really started, I feel, I don't know. There's been like a lot of weird things going on lately. I feel like it's escalated a lot of things with this Pride Month, right?
Big time.
Because this kind of started again a month before Pride, and I feel like this brought a lot of attention to Pride, this Pride Month in particular, this year. And then, you know, all the stuff with Target started happening, and there's like, you know, some brawls going on.
Well,
and it's just weird stuff happening.
Yeah.
Some LA schools that were
Yeah.
having like a Pride event, they had protesters and
Not far
fights
from here.
break out.
North Hollywood.
Right.
And in Glendale.
Yeah, and Glendale, yeah. So it was just kind of the start of this domino effect. But so after a thoughtful pause of about a day,
It's all more than a day.
it was a
about 3
day.
It was a
days.
while.
It's
Trust
3
me.
days. Yeah, that's true.
It was
about
the
3
lead
days.
story in our news for a few days, and then
Yeah.
when they finally, you know, changed their position, I feel like it was like later in our blog, like, oh yeah, by the way, here's what the Dodgers said.
Yeah.
But it was when it was more controversial and more dramatic, they were like, oh, we're leading with this story, and I
Yeah.
was like, oh, okay, it's fine now. We'll put it down the block.
So the Dodgers re-invited them and said basically they apologized and noted their lack of education on the topic and that they should have educated themselves prior. And they did note that the sisters had already accepted their invitation,
Graciously.
graciously accepted, and that in the future that they would, you know, make sure to educate themselves before jumping to these kinds of conclusions. Yeah, but it just goes to show how some of the, you know, these companies, they want to have the rainbow things and they want to have their Pride nights and all these things, but as soon as anything comes in jeopardy as far as
Any heat comes off of that.
any heat, you know, how quickly they will turn.
Yeah, exactly, Tara. You can't profess to be an ally to a community and then not stand up for what an allyship means, which it means supporting no matter what, because it's not easy to be an ally of the gays right now because we're kind of gay, you know, LGBTQ community right now. We're kind of enemy number one. If you look at like who the conservatives are, and this is not a political podcast, but it's certainly a political issue, unfortunately. So yeah, the Dodgers, who they have some, there's a lot of queer people in the Dodger front office, including one of like, he's like I forget his name, is like Eric something, senior vice president of like broadcasting and communications. He's a gay man, and he kind of shepherded the Pride night. He was very unhappy how the Dodgers decided to react to this. And I guess they basically had a meeting. They brought the sisters in, and the Dodgers hosted it. They invited the ACLU. They invited the LA LGBTQ Center. They invited LA Pride. A bunch of politicians showed up who were pissed off about the like it was it was not just a hey, we're sorry, come on in here, have some Dodger stuff. It was like they kind of, my impression is that they, not the sisters, but the, you know, people that are supporting the sisters were like, you fucked up. You need to apologize to them. You should be giving them a huge donation. You need to build a relationship for them in the future. Like, I think my impression is that they got their ass handed to them in a very big way. And this tweet that they sent out as their apology, I mean, you know, it was a PR nightmare for the Dodgers. And I was, you know, I'm one of those people. I was like, guys, I ain't going. I'm not going unless they do make this right. I can't go. I can't support this. And so luckily they showed up. They said and are doing what they need to be saying and doing. And as you say, Tara, this Pride Month, and I've said this before, actually on my other podcast, My Mistake, we talk about this in depth. We talk about this situation in depth. So go check that out if you want some more details and actual names of the people that I can't think of. This Pride Month doesn't feel like a celebration to me. This feels like it's a very dark time right now for our community, and because we seem to be on our heels again. And this was just another fucking thing.
Right.
So yeah, it's not. It was a huge fucking bummer, and I'm glad the Dodgers kind of reacted the way this should never have happened. They should never have caved. They caved so quick. It was
So fast.
fast,
Yeah.
unbelievably fast, and just so disappointing. So I'm glad that they're making it right, and hopefully they are not just full of shit, and this doesn't happen again next year with some other group of people who are pissed off about Pride Night.
I mean, it was so bad that it's bad when the mayor of Anaheim in Orange County is like, you know what, sisters, come down here. We'll host you at the Anaheim game. Come down here. We'd love to have you.
Orange County loves the gays.
Orange County is willing to have you, but the Dodgers won't have you. The Angels are inviting you. Oh man,
that's harsh.
Sad. Come on, Dodgers.
That is so sad.
Even the Anaheim mayor's, condemning you. That's really sad.
That's bad. So now now the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence are going to 2 Pride Nights, which is great. They're still going to Anaheim and they're going to the Dodgers.
Are they going?
They're going. Hell
yeah.
It's
awesome. Good.
Fuck yeah, they're going.
Good. All right.
So yeah, it's been quite a shit show. And I was like kind of really pissed off at my Dodgers. I felt betrayed.
Yeah. I know. I felt like
my team.
Yeah, even when I went to Dyke Day, like part of me was like, oh, maybe I'll like wear my Dodger jersey, and I was like, I still feel a little too soon.
100%. And that sucks.
It's unclean until like get there and we can like wash away. Till the sisters can bless us.
Exactly.
So you can wear your Dodger gear again.
Absolutely. Yeah. God bless the sisters. God bless the sisters. They're doing good work. So gracious in the way they handled it. And they didn't need to talk shit because everybody else was talking shit for them, which is
they didn't say anything.
They didn't say a damn thing.
No.
I love that.
We had some interviews with them on the news, but they were all just, it wasn't anything. It was just like, hey, basically here's what happened, and that they didn't like it, but they weren't. They were letting all of Twitter spew their, anger in their behalf.
I'm glad that everybody showed up for them.
Well, on slightly, I don't want to say less, I guess it is less dramatic. No, it's just dramatic in a different way.
Pretty dramatic.
It's something I've been watching recently, and I know it's been covered on another podcast with Anne
and Casey. Why not?
Yeah. So, and that is a show that I've been watching, The Ultimatum Queer Love. And so, Kat, you've watched some of it.
I have.
Right?
I watched, I think, like at least 6 or 7 episodes before Netflix kicked me off because I've been stealing
you thief,
my subscription. No, that was Cass, actually. Cass was doing that. It wasn't me.
Oh, Cass. Oh, God, that Cass.
I didn't know.
Right.
I didn't know she was stealing it, so.
All right. And Wendy, you didn't watch any of it, right?
I did not.
Good for you.
Not that real life love stories aren't my jam, but
you don't need to watch this one.
I'm okay. I'll let y'all cover this topic.
Okay. Yeah, I hadn't heard of it. The only reason I heard of it, and we're going to talk about some other queer love as well. See what I did there?
I love that. That was good.
In the spirit of Max and AK revealing their extracurricular activities.
That's right. Tara and I are dating.
Oh, whoa. Spoiler alert.
Surprise to you, right, Tara?
That surprised me.
You didn't know that.
Well, I'm dating someone.
Oh,
I'm dating someone. Yes. And we have one, that's why I started watching this show.
Oh, I see.
Because it was brought to her attention by someone, another lesbian that said, have you been watching this show?
Mm-hmm.
And that they were obsessed with it. So we decided to give it a try.
Sure.
Because she'd been hearing some other lesbians had been watching it.
Sure.
And I had not heard of it. I think I'd passed it on Netflix because it had just come out.
Right.
And so I've been scrolling through and I was like, all right, fine, I'll watch it. I was not, but I kind of felt like it was our lesbian duty to watch it because there aren't that many
totally
lesbian things out. Right.
I agree.
And so we put on the first episode, and Wendy, as you know, like when I watch Hallmark movies, how I have like a running commentary throughout, and I'm like, why would you do that? Oh my, I'm like totally skeptical, and I have to like reel it in. That's kind of how I was, like, especially in the first like couple episodes of this. I was like, oh my God. I was like, oh no, these two should not be together. Oh my God, no, I can't. I've really had to try really hard. So this show, okay, it's set in San Diego. So it was really interesting because I was trying to figure out, it was kind of cool because I was like, where are they? New Jersey? Like they're like at a harbor. And then I realized, I was like, wait, I recognize those buildings. Because Wendy, when we stayed at the hotel last time, we were by those like green octagon buildings. And they showed those in the bathroom. I was like, oh, they're in San Diego. Nice. So that was kind of cool. But basically it's shot like okay. I need to set up the premise of the show, I suppose, before we go into the issues I had with the location that made me laugh. Okay. Oh. So the show
location is what you had the problem with.
It's like shot at a hotel or something. Yeah. The whole thing. Okay. So it's like a Holiday Inn, I feel like. But okay. So the premise of the show, and I guess they have the straight versions of this as well. So this one's just the all queer version. Yeah. And there are 5 couples, and basically one member of each couple, each of these couples have been together for like an extended period of time.
Right.
And one of these couples, one member of the couple is like ready to get married. And they're basically like, you either have to like propose to me or we're going to break up.
Right.
And so like, I'm ready to get married. If you don't propose to me, then we're done. Like, it's time. Like, you've had enough time. Like, this is your chance. Mm-hmm. So they go on the show, and I would really love to know the casting process.
Great move for your relationship.
Already this is great for your relationship, right? You're like, already I'm like, you're doomed. You're on this fucking show.
You're like, so
this is a terrible choice.
Rude.
So they go on the show. Then it gets even better. It's not like you go on the show and you're like working with a therapist to work through your issues to like maybe you fix what's holding you back, right? And then you make a decision at the end if you're going to propose. No, that's not what happens. Instead, you basically couple swap.
Oh boy.
And you go on dates with they've specifically chosen the other 5 couples of like types of basically when you swap, like that there'd be other types that you're compatible with.
Yeah.
So the first few days that you're there, you're all there together. So like the 10 of you, you're going on dates with each other's spouses. So you have like the ultimatum givers and the ultimatum receivers. So then you're all like dating each other. Mm-hmm. And then you get to, it's like very dramatic, and it's like the choice. And then you all go to dinner together. And then at the dinner table, you get to reveal in front of your own like partner who you choose as your trial wife. So then you get to choose your trial wife. And so one of those people you've dated now, right? Because you date them all. Like you have like time. So then you got to hope you choose the like who you had some chemistry with.
That's a lot.
Now
of
the
stress.
best part is you're dating each other like in front of each other. Like you're all sitting around this pool at this hotel. There are like other people there. Like they couldn't even afford to like make this a private event. So
that's part of the fun though, is to make your partner super jealous of who you're dating.
So they're at this table. And then you got to make the choice. And so then you pick and you're like, okay, I want my trial wife to be this person or that. So then for your trial wife, you live with this person for 3 weeks and you're in a pretend marriage for 3 weeks with this person. Mm-hmm. Then after the 3 weeks, you go back to your original partner for 3 more weeks and then have a pretend marriage with them.
Okay.
But during that trial marriage with the first person, you are officially broken up.
Right, your exes.
With your exes. So anything goes with that other person. You are broken up. Like they literally start referring to each other as my ex. Like, and I was getting confused. I was like, wait, do you mean that ex or like, oh, previous one from like years before? Like, but they mean like the person literally I was like with yesterday. So it was a lot. And it was really hard to keep track. It was like Yoli's with with Mal's ex. And I'm like, is that Yoli? I'm like so confused. And so it was very hard to keep track. It was like Game of Thrones a little bit for the first few episodes, trying to keep track of like who's partners with who. So meanwhile, when the original dating was commencing, one person really stuck out.
You could say that.
And that was Vanessa.
Yeah.
Vanessa was a crazy ass bitch. Vanessa, I don't know what was going on. At first, she comes off as like just like outgoing and like friendly and just like kind of like starting some, I don't know. Because she was partnered with Xander, who's like a very kind, so sweet, so yeah, like, but still, I was a little worried about Xander, but she kind of like, I don't know, she kept surprising me with the her confidence, so that was good.
Yeah.
But Vanessa, like, really just it went from like. It turned into like, oh my God, like a little bit creepy, to be honest. It was very manipulative. Very
a lot.
It was a lot. Everything was so ingenuine. You could tell it was like acting. It was a performance.
Gross.
Yeah. Gross.
She was not there for the right reasons, Tara.
That's right. She was not there for the right reasons. So we have these 5 couples. I mean, I'm gonna list off their names, but it's just too much to remember. So we've got Ray and Lexi.
Sure.
We have Xander and Vanessa.
Yep.
We have Yoli and Mal. Mm-hmm. Tiff and Mildred.
Sure.
And Sam and Aussie.
Yep.
Okay. So another standout for me was Mildred.
Okay.
Mildred was also a little. I don't know if we would have gotten along. I don't know.
Okay.
But but Vanessa, I couldn't with her. I couldn't.
No, she like just needed attention from everybody.
Stirring the pot.
Every show needs a villain.
I know. They really did make her out to be. I mean, you're right. They and she was.
They had her, man. That was it.
Yeah. She made it easy for him. Mm-hmm. So it was very, the premise of the show is ridiculous, but
yeah,
I found myself in like wanting to watch the next episode.
Of course, that's how they get
I got a little addicted. So I understand how this happens because I was like, oh man, oh no, she can't be with Vanessa. Oh no, Ray, don't do it. Like, and like, you get invested in these people and, you're like rooting for them. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, I was into it. I looked up where they're all at now. Cause the finale, the finale just happened and then the reunion happened.
Oh,
and
God,
there's more stuff.
More
stuff happened after the reunion. So you got to, Netflix has updated the page. So like you can go and it like one by one tells you like what's, because a full year passed between the end of the show and the reunion. So they were all actually able to watch the show as it was coming out on Netflix. And then they did film the reunion. Yeah.
Ooh, that's a lot. That must be hard to watch.
Yeah. So
if it's you, I mean, if you're one of those couples that made that really bad decision of going on the show.
Right. They're like, so it was very, very dramatic, but there was some but there was a lot more growth there in some of the people than I expected from a reality show of this type. When I heard the premise at the beginning of the show, I did not expect the amount of growth or self-realization in some of these people.
Wow. Okay.
That I'm just saying a lot more happened than than it really needed to,
Right,
with the
exactly.
ridiculous premise.
It
It could
just
have just
like
been a lot more of like yelling and throwing things at each other, or like
drama
just
and
drama,
shit.
you know?
Yeah. Okay.
I think there was actually a lot of really good conversations that happened.
Okay.
So
without
I liked
giving
it.
away any spoilers, is the reunion explosive? Was there a lot of yelling and pointing?
It's explosive.
I can't wait
I'd
to
say.
see it.
I'd say it's
I might
entertaining.
skip just to the reunion. I made it as far as their new wives. They moved in with their new wives, and the fish was starting to smell. If you know what I'm getting at, like some of the couples were like,
okay, yeah,
like I just know, like I think was it Mildred and Ozzy that were together.
yes, yes.
They were not getting along.
No. That was not a good match.
So fun to watch. So I didn't see the then coming together with the original couples to live together for 2 weeks. So that, I mean, is that as entertaining, or is that just depressing and sad?
It's a mix.
Okay.
Because I mean, it is the most entertaining and also mean things they do is they keep periodically making them all meet up all together. And that's when it's like
so
the most, and they keep calling it like a party. Like, okay, we have to go to this party. It's like, no, this is when you all have to like meet up, and you only get to party with each other. You don't get to like go to a fun event. It's just like you go to dinner and like look at each other. You go to like a club, but you all have to sit with each other and then like talk about each other.
Torture.
or weirdly be like, can I pull you off? Can I talk to you for a second alone? And like your ex is standing like 3 feet away.
So
And
weird.
they're like, that's like a cut with dramatic music. And they're like standing like 10 feet away, like holding hands and like really dramatic.
It's so bad.
And like talking like this.
so you can't read their lips.
Yeah. But it's like muffled like into the mic.
Oh, right.
They're trying to be.
the
It's like
camera's,
the
like,
person
far
can
away.
see you. They're right there. So
remind me. So when the new couples happened, it was Sam and I forget that other person's name.
oh, Sam and Tiff.
Tiff and Tiff.
Sam and Tiff.
Tiff had the dog, right?
Tiff had the dog.
So,
and they were-
one of my favorite parts of the new couples being together was Tiff. Tiff has this dog, and Tiff loves
Oh
this
my God.
dog more than anything in the world. She actually says the dog comes first.
the dog goes first.
And Sam was not a big fan of the dog. Sam didn't
Oh
like
my
the
God.
dog. Don't think she's a dog person.
Sam's out.
No. Don't. No.
Okay,
No.
okay. She does like dogs.
That's not what. No, she does like dogs.
Okay.
This is the problem. See, you're just like Tiff. You're just like Tiff.
Whoa.
She never said she didn't like dogs. She said the
Explosive.
dog's okay. All she said was, "Oh, I just get a little claustrophobic when if the dog crowds my feet. Like, can we
okay.
compromise?" She said she likes dogs. She just was like, and then Mildred blew up, and she like they had a complete meltdown.
Tiff blew up.
Tiff.
Tiff,
No,
yeah.
you're right. No, I'm
yeah.
confusing those two because they both.
Sure. They're both
Yeah.
crazy.
But anyway, yes.
Yeah, there's just a shot of like clearly they have cameras in the apartment. So like there's a shot from like it's a wide, it's like from the top corner, and Tiff is her back's to the camera. She's like, if you don't like the dog, I don't know how this is gonna work. Why don't you like my dog? You have to show the dog attention. Like she's so upset, and Sam is just like, I don't know what you want me to say. I literally don't know what.
Sam's body language is just kind of like leaning against the door, like,
you're crazy.
yeah, like I don't know. I can't with the dog.
But Tiff is up here, and Sam's just like, look, I don't know about this, and
Yeah.
oh my God, it's my dog. It was crazy. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was one of my favorite moments.
Yep, that one stood out for me. And then I was seriously like, how are they gonna live together? I was like, holy shit! I was like, I mean, I love Charlie, but I was like, she needs to chill the fuck out about the dog.
Yeah,
Like,
it's a lot about the dog.
yeah, I was like, come on, just compromise here. Jeez.
It's 3 weeks.
She's not saying like she didn't want to sleep. She never said she wouldn't sleep with the dog. She's just like it was a lot. But anyway, then later in the conversation at dinner time, I loved it was like Sam and Tiff, and they were just like very dramatically like just looking at each other because it was right after that fight.
Oh, that's right.
And like, I was like, oh, fuck. Are they just not going to speak the whole dinner? How awkward. And then Tiff was like, so earlier when I raised my voice at you, was that really difficult for you to hear? And Sam was like, yeah,
It was actually.
I didn't like that.
You yelled at me.
And she's like, I get that. I could see it. I can see that. I can see now why that wasn't right. I'm really sorry. Like I could like she like kind of like
She got emotional.
it was just really funny
Tiff
like
got
how
upset. Yeah.
yeah. But they like talked it out after that, and then after that it was much better.
Mm-hmm.
I think the dog did end up sleeping on the bed.
So Tiff got away.
Yeah, right. But it was just really funny the way she acted. Like when I
Oh man.
screamed in your face earlier, did that bother you?
Oh, Tiff. Amazing. All right. Well, listen, I'm going to watch that reunion special.
Mhm.
I got to see what happened. There's a couple couples I'm really curious about if they ended up together or not. I hope none of them do, because if you,
Right.
if you go on a show like this, maybe you're not ready to be in a real adult relationship. I don't know. Just my 2 cents.
I was just Googling things while you were talking about it. And I saw one of the articles had a headline basically saying all the people on that show should be single. Like none of them should be with anybody.
And working on themselves.
Yeah, in therapy. Go to
Yeah.
therapy.
Mhm.
Work on yourself. Be comfortable with yourself first before you commit yourself to
And
someone
that's
else.
not like when I say like, oh, you like I'm watching it like multiple times. I'm like, oh, honey, like you need to go talk to someone. Like you need some therapy. Like completely, like that's not.
Yeah.
I go to therapy periodically. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like, honey, oh no, you need to talk to someone about that. Like, not in a facetious way.
No, same.
I just thinking like this is not going to be solved by being in this relationship. It's only going to make these issues worse.
Yeah.
Like these issues are things
you
you really
think?
need to talk to some about. Like you need to really like
You
work.
think hooking up with some other random
is-
person is going to help your relationship?
Yeah, like
I
these
don't think it is.
these communication issues that you're having go beyond this relationship, and there's nothing that this other person can do for you, or that this person can be for you that's going to fix any of these communication issues that you're having.
I agree. Like for instance, I forget who it was, but maybe it was Tiff. Poor Tiff. I don't mean to bash on Tiff, but I think she was saying basically like, yeah, I need a little bit of fire from my partner. I need someone who gets like, up in my face and gets mad or whatever. Why, Tiff? That sounds terrible. I don't want that. That's not a good relationship. So
No.
Tiff's got to look introspection. Why?
Right.
Why am I attracted to people who are explosive and make me yell at women about dogs?
Yeah.
Okay. Good TV.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Hey, representation matters.
Mhm.
We got crazy too.
But I was entertained.
Are you entertained? All right.
Well, I'll have to catch up on that one.
Mhm.
For sure.
No.
For sure. Just watch
I'd rather
just watch
listen
the
to your
reunion.
recaps.
Just
Oh my
watch-
gosh, the reunion itself sounds way too painful
No, I got to see that.
and awkward and uncomfortable.
That's why I got to see it. Good times. All right.
Well, speaking of, I don't even know how to segue to aliens, but Kat and I have been on we had a text fest yesterday, diving down the rabbit hole of aliens
That's
and UFOs,
That's right.
because they're here, listeners. They're here. For one, there is a UFO whistleblower
Yes.
who has come out to basically say that he has not necessarily seen them himself, not necessarily dealt with it himself, but he's a former combat officer. He's in there. He's with the people that have seen things and dealt with things. His name is David Charles Grush, and he is coming forward to say that there are groups that have these crafts. And someone said, "Oh, do we have alien bodies?" I was like, you find ships. It makes sense that there's pilots. So he's kind of saying, but not saying. He's being very careful. And he wants Congress to investigate the cover-up that is going on, hiding aliens in their ships. It's something that's been around forever. Are they here? Does the government know they're... Like, as longtime X-Files watchers, Kat and I have just sort of... We know how this works. There's a group...
We're experts.
Beyond the group.
Yes.
Beyond the group that knows all this. President may not know. They may not need to know. They're a temporary employee.
Exactly.
They don't need to know these things. This Grush guy... Grush is... there's a big interview tonight, 8 Central Time of this recording, on News Nation. I don't know what News Nation is. Is it conservative? Is it just news? I don't know. But they're interviewing this guy tonight. So I think I'm going to find a way to watch this live, perhaps. Kat and I have delved into many other stories about that. There's some of this has come out, I guess, part of the interview, and I guess all of it's going to air tonight, or it's a new one. I'm not sure. But he's going to talk about the aliens and the potential bodies.
Yes.
He has no proof. He has no pictures. He has no video.
He doesn't. But so he
talked to people.
He's talked to people. He's high-ranking in the U.S. military, within the intelligence community. This guy is not some wacko. He has a lot of people still in the government saying, "Yeah, this guy's legit. Like he's decorated. He's a combat officer, as you said, in Afghanistan, and he's worked his way up the ranks in the intelligence community, and so he actually is." So he's left, right? Is he retired?
I think so. I mean, I don't know how you keep your job if you're out whistleblowing, blowing your whistle, so to speak.
He has blown the whistle. And so the agency that he was a part of before he left, and I want to get to it here. It's that Arrow one. What is it? I'm trying to think.
Yeah, it's like Arrow. Arrow.
Stand for.
Aliens are right on
no.
Earth.
I don't think that's it. But it's a government
right outside.
It's aliens are right behind you. It's an agency within the government that it's their job to look for and to investigate the possibility of aliens or UFOs
or UAP as it's trending out.
UAP. It's a government-funded agency. It's legitimately, this is our job. We're looking for the proof that aliens exist, that UFOs have visited us. Above board. Everybody knows about it. So what he's saying is that there's this other black ops, off the books agency. It's high, it's even higher clearance than what we have at Arrow. That it's that agency that has the proof. There are alien ships. He said people from that agency have come to him. That's how he has this information. So he's reported this, and he's put an entire report together and sent it to the Congressional Committee of Whistleblowing, whatever the hell that is. So he's like putting himself on the line here. If he's lying to Congress, he will go to jail. Like, this is not just him trying to, write a book or have like some notoriety. Why would you do that? Like, his life, his career, his professional career is about to be destroyed if he's full of shit. So why do you do this if you don't have some kind of backup and proof and evidence? So I really this is kind of a big deal. It's low key a big deal, guys. This could be a huge, like they said, if this is true, if we have if we have alien craft, this is the most important discovery in the history of the world, basically, history of mankind.
Right up there.
This is a big deal.
Going on at the same time, we also have, for one, there is a, quote, UFO UAP disclosure press conference happening June 12th.
Okay.
Dr. Stephen Greer, who's a controversial figure in the UFO community, but there's like a press conference going on at 2 p.m. tomorrow in Washington, D.C.
Oh, cool.
Whistleblowers, coming out to talk about, whatever he's going to talk about, whatever he's got. He's written books. He's had documentaries. He's, and I'm not sure why he's controversial, but a lot of people, I think, are kind of skeptical with this guy, but he's apparently bringing other people out to say that are whistleblowers and that type of thing. But I don't know what all this press conference is going to have, but apparently something's going down on the 12th.
Okay. I'll look for that.
A press conference. Also, there was a thing that happened in Vegas. If you've been anywhere online or even watching major news, It's covered it. I mean, we had it on our news the other day in a very
Oh.
simplistic fashion of like, oh, look, it showed video that showed neither the orb falling from the sky. It didn't show any of the actual video. It was like the cop saying, "Oh, you guys seen anything?" Because this cop was kind of a doofus, but whatever.
The body cam.
Yeah. So, but stations, news networks have covered it to some extent, but this alien supposedly this blue orb on police body cam footage actually fell out of the sky. Was it a meteorite? Was it a UFO? Was it whatever? Who knows?
Right.
But there's something legit came down from the sky. It was captured on video. Not long after that, a 911 call came in from this kid Angel who lives outside of Vegas saying that this is no joke. There are 9-foot tall non-human creatures, things, entities in our backyard. And it's like he's talking about, I don't know what they are. They're like 9 feet tall. They have big eyes and they look like aliens, but I don't know. They're just not human, isn't it? And then eventually the 911 operator is like, okay. And then that was where it cuts off. Like after all, he's like, so you're saying there's people in well, no, they're not human. Okay. So, but then they send out a couple cops who to check it out. They look through the backyard. Part of the footage is blacked out because they're like, it's private property. We can't show it. I'm like, why? It's their property. They called you. But then apparently they rent it. There's another landlord who had cameras up. So maybe that's why they didn't have the specific landlord's permission to show the backyard, but they could show the front because it's like you can see it from the sidewalk type of thing. I don't know. Or maybe it's cover up. I don't know. So that was that. Apparently the story broke. The kid himself released a YouTube video where he's talking about his experience, how his brothers, they heard the crash. There's ring video that may or may not be of the crash. Some people said it sounds and looks like a certain kind of firework, but who knows? So look, you can see these aliens. They're behind, they've got these forklifts. They've got this equipment in their back yardish area type of thing, and so you can see the aliens. So they go get, I guess mom and dad are looking, and then he released some footage, very short clip of footage where you don't see anything, although people have blown up the video. They've enhanced the video.
They're trying.
I've seen 5 different places people have pointed out where the aliens
That's
are.
true, yeah.
It's
behind the fence. I see a hand behind the fence.
That looked legit, but I don't know. But they all look legit. But I'm like, okay, they do. But are the people blowing up the footage? Is that really there, or are they putting their own little something in there? It's hard to know. Yeah. Because if you just look at the video straight up, you don't see a darn thing back there. Mm-hmm. So yesterday, and I'm going, I'm texting. I'm like, have you seen this video? And I'm finding old interviews with this guy Victor, who back in 1997 allegedly smuggled out video of an alien being interrogated with telepathy held by the U.S. government. It's never been disproven. It's never been debunked. No one's ever come out and said it's a hoax. No one ever has proven it's a hoax. The guy hid his identity. Still to this day, as far as I know, no one knows who Victor was.
Right.
But they did a documentary. He talked to Art Bell, who was like, this guy seems legit, like the way he talked about it. But anyway, the creatures that are apparently on this video look like this particular creature from this video. It's so more video has come out of the family. It's like this video that the mom shot. They're speaking. No one's really 100% sure what the language is. Someone's like, Portuguese. No, it's Farsi. No, it's whatever.
It's Portuguese.
She's yelling. Apparently she's saying, get back. They'll kill you. I don't know. Saying her husband's name. And the husband's right up there looking.
She's very scared.
In the first video, you couldn't see it. Yeah. It legit looks like very scared people looking for something in the backyard.
Definitely.
They're not walking all the way in there. They're standing at the gate. They're kind of looking in. I guarantee you, all 3, the dad and I think both the sons, they all have guns.
They do. They're all holding guns.
This expanded video, the one kid, like I swear is like the youngest kid, he's holding the piece. He's ready. He's got a gun. I think the main guy who's done the interviews or the interviews or whatever, he's got a gun.
Yeah.
Dad has one strapped to his waist. Like they're packing.
They're scared.
And they ain't going back there. They are scared.
Yeah.
This video, whether they saw aliens or whether, I don't know what it was, but this is a scared bunch of people going in the backyard. And something happens. One kid runs away. They all back up. This does not look like... Yeah, this looks like legit scared people.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I found podcasts that this kid was interviewed on before the news all broke. And then like the guy, some other off camera conversations he had where the mom herself was kind of like, oh, these kids, I don't know, but so I don't know if the mom and dad saw anything. The kids really saw something. I don't know if I haven't heard anything from them in a while. I don't know if they're getting the highest bidder for more video. I don't know if, like right now, they could come out. They could say, "Sorry, guys, it was a hoax. I was just wanted
around.
attention."
Yeah.
And people are still going to say it's because the government got to them.
Right.
They could post, if they had the most clear video of aliens you ever saw, people just say it was faked anyway. I mean, so it's really hard to know one way or the other what's going on. But that was a scared family. And if you're going to hoax somebody, you're raising it an extra step if you're calling 911 and getting the police involved, which you could be prosecuted for if you're
that's
making
a big
false
deal.
call.
And the
yeah,
cops,
that's a big deal.
The cops that showed up said they genuinely believe that these people had seen something. That they didn't
They
feel
did.
like they were
I found another
bullshitting them.
tweet where supposedly the cop has also reached back out and said, I'm starting to think this kid's may not be the most truthful. I don't know, but it's hard to say.
How convenient.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many, like I said, there's been so many with the UFO stuff, with the alien stuff. I mean, there's people that believe it. There's people that think it's a hoax. There's people that think it's a cover up for Trump or Biden, whichever side you're on. Sure, Trump's getting indicted. Well, this is to distract the sheep from the, or Biden's doing this. It's to distract the sheep from the,
from Hunter Biden.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
It's everybody thinks it's just, and then I have not heard the word psyop more than I have heard and read it in the last 48 hours. It's a psyop. People just like to say that word because
Great word.
What else are you gonna say?
Yeah, I mean,
so I don't know.
It's all very fascinating.
Yeah.
This is just one of many instances of people having encounters with what they believe to be aliens. There's something to this, guys. There's something to
It has
this.
to be.
And even if this particular incident turns out to be a hoax, there's countless other instances of people having sightings or encounters that have not been debunked and have not, made as big a news. I don't know, man. There's something going on here. If this whistleblower is so confident in what he knows, he takes it to Congress. That says a lot to me. That's a lot to me. So yeah, I don't know. I think
And you know what I've noticed? They've never. Most of the people I've heard talk about it, they're never like, yes, we believe it's aliens from Vega, as in contact,
right,
or some faraway thing. A lot of them use the term interdimensional, sometimes supernatural. Like, even the ones that have, they're not even saying, oh, yes, we have alien craft. They're like, we're having things that basically aren't Earth origin.
Right,
Like, they're finding ways to say it. They're not like, not human made.
Right.
They're very careful in how they word things. I don't know. I'm fascinated. I told Kat yesterday, I'm like, I have to leave the computer. I've been sitting here all day, just like, and I'm like, where's the next video? When's this kid releasing? Where's more video? And then all of a sudden I'm start seeing other random video. I'm like, Kat, where did this come from? What is this? Deb Abbott, longtime friend Deb Abbott. I'm seeing her reviewing new footage from them. I'm like, where did Deb get new video? So
she got the scoop.
I found out I deleted my TikTok account too soon because it's all over TikTok. So I had to re-download it and get back on the TikTok. But I don't know.
Interesting
Time will tell.
Interesting
but I'm
times.
telling you, if you haven't delved into that rabbit hole, take a look. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah. Tara, what are your thoughts?
I really hope I really hope it's true. I hope that there's like alien stuff around. I hope that this is real for you guys.
I mean, don't you think, like, if it is true, but here's the thing.
I love this for you.
Today's world, though, Biden could come out today and say there are alien crap, blah, blah, blah. And still, Republicans would never believe him.
Right.
No, I believe
a lot of people wouldn't believe him. They'd be like, cover up for Hunter, whatever.
Yes.
Right.
At this point, you could have them roll out video evidence, and people would still probably say, no, it's just being faked. It's to distract people from something else. So I feel like,
and I think
who knows?
Because of that, the nature of the idea, it's fantastical, this idea that there are aliens and that they're here and we have craft and stuff. It sounds crazy. And I think that's why people are so hesitant to be like, this isn't real. How could this be real? And I think that's what the secret government is counting on. And I'm sure there's been lots of disinformation that they've generated have been like, aren't these guys crazy? These guys are crazy. Like this, they don't want people to take this stuff seriously because then they don't get to spend as much secret money on things that they don't want people to know about. And if they really are using government money, if they're using our money, that's what this guy's all about, the whistleblower. It's like, you got to be accountable. Like this is, the American people are paying for this program. Well, then the American people need to know about it. That's his whole thing.
Darn right. I want to know. I want a tour.
Yeah, hell, I'll pay for a
I
tour.
want to see the facilities.
I'll pay for that. That's like fucking Star Wars hotel times 100. I'm in.
Yeah.
If you get to ride in them, can you ride in them?
Oh yeah, we're planning trips to Nevada.
Oh yeah,
we're see the
we're doing it. We're doing the whole thing.
crash sites.
We might start a new podcast. Oh boy. So anyways, this is a fluid news story. We'll definitely be talking about this some more. Sorry, Tara.
That's fascinating.
It
I mean,
is.
that's a huge thing if it's true and comes out to be true.
Big deal.
We'll see.
What
and will we believe it if it does come out to be true?
Exactly.
Okay. Well,
we did it. We did an episode.
Another longin'.
Another longin'.
Well, a lot going on.
Apparently people are okay with that. We'll see.
Ultimatums and aliens and
And that's the episode.
lots
name.
of things.
Aliens and ultimatums. Yep.
We,
Done.
along with a lot of Vegas alien video, are on Twitter at SNOP Podcast with 1D.
Or Facebook and Instagram at She Nerds Out Podcast.
If you have evidence of aliens existing, you can send that to our P.O. Box at SNOP, P.O. Box 6732, Burbank, California, 91510, or send us an email at shenerdsout@gmail.com.
All right, kids. Well, till next week when we have definitive proof.
Yep, 100%. Guaranteed.
Live long and prosper. And
Nanu.
nanu. She nerds
Out.
She nerds out. We're girls that like nerdy things.